Alright y'all, what is up? Thank you so very much for tuning in right now. We're doing a little something different. As you can see, we got a nice outdoor sunny setting. You know, we're right out front of my house, keeping it cool and chill. But today we are talking about anime. I am a huge anime fan, so this is some of the stuff I want to start implementing more on my channel. But today I wanted to just talk about some of my favorite animes. There's a lot of anime out there, and maybe you're somebody who's trying to figure out where you might want to start. So I'm just going to give you my favorite animes that I've watched over time. Mind you, I've watched a lot, but these are probably some that I would say, like, as a kid and even as an adult, these are some that I would say are like pinnacle animes that I love. Case Closed is definitely one of my favorite animes as well. I used to watch that growing up. Basically about this like detective who turned back into a kid and has to solve all these crazy crimes, and usually it would come on like really early in the morning, and I would always watch it like right before going to school or something. But Case Closed is fantastic. I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but if you have, let me know your thoughts on that. But I love Case Closed, especially if you're into, you know, kind of the crime aspect and the detective, you know, kind of storytelling. This is definitely, you know, one that I would recommend. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, go check out Case Closed. Growing up, I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! That was one of my favorite animes. Like, I collected the cards, I watched the show. I never really got into the manga, so if any of you have read that, comment below, let me know what that's like compared to the show. But I love the show, at least like, you know, the first 2 seasons when it was on like Warner Brothers, you know, WB Kids. So I used to love watching that show, and the cards, like that game was just huge when I was a kid, so like everybody was playing it. And that was, I love the show, and I always collected the cards. So that would be one of my favorite animes, just because it's near and dear to me, especially like growing up. Like, that's one of the things that I always watched. I don't even have to say anything. Like, you guys know how big Pokemon is. Pokemon has been around for years, but it's just something about, you know, that anime that's just like, it has the nostalgic factor, you know. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like after school, Cartoon Network had like Toonami, and for instance, you know, they would play Pokemon, and you would have Sailor Moon, I believe, and then, I don't know if Sailor Moon was on there, but I think it may have been. It was like Pokemon, Sailor Moon, and then you would have Dragon Ball Z, and then a couple other shows. And I remember having that ritual, you know what I mean, like after school, expecting that like on Cartoon Network. And that's one of the near and dear, you know, animes I would say that I love. As far as like some of the newer adaptations, I have not kept up with so many of the adaptations of Pokemon, but as far as like the old school show and the cards, dude, I love Pokemon. Going down the list, Sailor Moon. Like, I grew up watching Sailor Moon, and you know, for some who may not be into anime, you may think like it's so girly and so like, you know, just it has this comedic element to it. But if you sit down and watch Sailor Moon, I love like yes, there's that comedic aspect to it, but you know, there's also really a cool story that's involved with that anime. And you know, I just love the characters. And then like recently, you know, like I'll probably say like a year ago, you know, I found them online again, and then recently started rewatching them. And then it's just funny when you rewatch Sailor Moon, there's so many like adult hidden messages that just went over your head that you didn't really get until you were an adult, and you're like, wow, they really said that? They really did that? But again, you know, I think that's one thing that I love about that show, and anime in general, like especially Japanese anime. Like, there's certain thing with the humor that's just different than it is here in the US, that almost has more of an adult aspect to it, a more mature aspect. Going down the list, Death Note. If you guys have seen this anime, this is one that has, like, if you're really into story and you like, I would almost say like a detective type of story, this is definitely one that's probably gonna hit home for you if you're really into that kind of stuff. Death Note, it has like, you know, the mysterious, magical element to it, but again, like I said, that detective aspect as far as the story, it's really great. First of all, do not watch the Netflix live action adaptation first. Don't do that. Watch the anime first, and you'll much more appreciate what the anime and the show, you know, has to offer. So I will go there first before you watch the live action movie. Trust me. A new one that I'm watching right now is called Seven Deadly Sins. Now, I heard a lot of like my friends and people talk about this anime before. I never really got into it until like now, and I actually really like it. I'm starting to grow attached to a lot of these characters and the story that's happening. Yeah, that's one that like I really am kind of keying in on. There are a few other ones that I want to try and take time to, you know, try and start watching. It's just a commitment thing. Like I know My Hero Academia is big. I know One Punch Man is big. It's just commitment. You gotta sit down, you gotta watch it, you gotta stay committed. Right now, Seven Deadly Sins, that's one that I'm currently watching, and I really enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think about the anime. Again, if you're somebody, and just to give you kind of a synopsis about this, you know, the story of this anime, if you're into like magic and you're into kind of like the love story, but you also like the action, you get all of that combined within, you know, this particular anime. And you know, you have that team aspect, like each character has like a different ability, you know, or something that's very unique in terms of what they bring to the team. So definitely check out Seven Deadly Sins. It is on the Netflix, so go and check it out, go watch it. I definitely recommend it. It's a pretty cool anime. And lastly, you know, this is probably be my #1, and it has always been my #1 and always will be my #1, is the whole entire Dragon Ball series. Like, mind you, like I watched all of Dragon Ball, you know, when Goku was a kid, all the way into Dragon Ball Z and that entire series, you know, the Cell Saga, Buu Saga, all that stuff. Even watched GT. I never did watch Dragon Ball Kai, maybe a couple episodes, but I didn't watch that all the way through. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure that was just kind of like a reimagination of the manga, and they released that, you know, I'm pretty sure it was like on Nickelodeon for a few years. But I didn't watch Kai, but all the Dragon Ball, watched Super, just recently seeing the Broly movie, which was just fantastic. Loved it. That was one of the best Dragon Ball movies that we've gotten so far. And I'm pretty sure all fans can attest to that. So yeah, Dragon Ball, definitely always going to be one of my #1s. Again, like I said, I've heard a couple other names of animes that I want to start getting into, and again, My Hero Academia and One Punch Man, I know those are two big ones that a lot of folks, I've heard a lot of buzz about them. So in the comments, let me know what you think about those animes. Are they worth digging into? Would you say like, yes, you need to sit down and watch these, that is a must, you have to see those if you're an anime fan? Give me your thoughts on that, because I'm like, there's nothing that I have against it. It's just like a time thing. Like I just need to sit down and be committed and get through one first and then go on to the next. So let me know what you think about those animes. Overall, guys, that is my whole spiel today. I just wanted to tell you the animes that I love, the animes that I'm currently watching. Why is my phone always going off? Who is this? Always sending me messages. I just wanted to share that with you guys, talk about my favorite animes. Now, also in the comments below, let me know what are your like top 3 animes that you like. Like, let me know. I want to know what you guys like, and what are the top 3 animes that you would recommend that I have not listed that you would say like, hey, go check these out as well. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos that I'm doing. It's like every weekend, guys. Every single weekend I have videos coming your way. They're coming your way. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of them, so we can have these conversations and do other crazy stuff and more. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.